While most people spend their whole lives dreaming about owning a car like this, the millionaires who actually do own them are stuck calling a specialist mechanic 3 states away just to fix a single sensor, waiting weeks for a part that has to be custom built from scratch. Count down 10 of the most expensive cars in the world that turned out to be absolute nightmares to actually own. Range Rover Vogue L322. For over a decade, this specific generation of Range Rover was the default choice for anyone who wanted serious off-road capability wrapped in first-class comfort. It came loaded with an adjustable air suspension system designed to smooth out rough terrain and lower the ride height automatically at higher speeds. That air suspension became one of the most repeated complaints in the car's entire ownership history. The compressors and air struts are known to fail well before 100,000 miles, sometimes leaving the vehicle sitting lopsided in a driveway overnight. And a full replacement of the system can run into 5 figures depending on how many components have already failed. Independent surveys and reliability studies have repeatedly ranked this generation among the least dependable luxury SUVs sold anywhere. Rolls-Royce Phantom 7. Few names carry more prestige in the car world, which makes this Phantom's reputation for electrical problems all the more surprising. Independent mechanics and owner forums have documented recurring issues with its onboard electronics, from infotainment systems freezing mid-drive to sensors triggering false warnings for problems that don't actually exist. Fixing any of it isn't simple. The diagnostic equipment required is specialized enough that only a small number of certified shops in the world actually have access to it, turning what should be a quick fix into a weeks-long wait, even for owners who can afford same-day service anywhere else. Some owners have reported waiting months for a replacement part to be sourced directly from the factory in England. Mercedes-Maybach 57. Positioned as one of the most luxurious sedans money could buy in the 2000s, the Maybach 57 was built with hand-fitted components unique to each individual car rather than mass-produced interchangeable parts. That bespoke approach is exactly why its ownership costs became a cautionary tale. Basic repairs that would be routine on any other Mercedes can require sourcing a part made specifically for that one vehicle, since panels and trim were never standardized the way most luxury cars are. It's a large part of why used values collapsed so dramatically compared to nearly every other car in its price class, with some models losing the majority of their original sticker price within just a few years on the road. Bentley Continental GT, first generation. This was Bentley's attempt to build a genuinely everyday Grand Tourer powered by a twin-turbocharged W12 engine paired with all-wheel drive for year-round usability. On paper, it was engineered to be the one exotic car you could actually drive every single day. In practice, that W12 engine has a well-documented history of timing chain tensioner failures, a repair serious enough that it can require dropping the engine or transmission just to access the part. Combined with a complex all-wheel drive system that's expensive to service on its own, routine ownership costs on this car regularly surprise buyers who assumed every day meant affordable to maintain. Specialist Bentley technicians have noted that a single tensioner failure caught too late can lead to catastrophic engine damage, turning a preventable repair into a full engine rebuild. BMW 7 Series E65. This generation of BMW's flagship sedan introduced iDrive, the brand's first attempt at controlling nearly every function in the car through a single rotating dial and screen. A genuinely ambitious idea that arrived years before the technology was actually ready. Owners and independent shops have documented widespread electrical gremlins tied to that system, along with air suspension compressor failures similar to the issues seen in Range Rovers of the same era. Diagnosing intermittent electrical faults on this generation of 7 Series became such a common headache that it's still referenced today as a cautionary example in used luxury car buying guides, often described as a car that can bankrupt an owner in repair bills faster than almost anything else in its class. Maserati Quattroporte Cambio Corsa. Maserati equipped this generation with an automated manual transmission called Cambio Corsa, marketed as offering race car-style shifts without a clutch pedal, built for daily driving rather than the track. Daily driving is exactly where it struggled. The system is widely documented as jerky at low speeds, and the clutch and actuator components wear out significantly faster than in a normal automatic, with replacement costs high enough that some owners have reported repair bills approaching the value of the car itself. Later Maserati generations eventually abandoned this transmission entirely in favor of a conventional automatic, a quiet admission that the original design simply wasn't built for the kind of stop-and-go driving most owners actually needed. Jaguar XJ X350. Jaguar built this XJ generation around a lightweight aluminum body, a genuinely clever engineering choice meant to improve both handling and fuel efficiency for a full-size luxury sedan built for comfortable daily use. That aluminum construction turned into an expensive problem the moment the car needed bodywork. Because so few shops are equipped to repair aluminum panels correctly, even minor collision damage can cost dramatically more to fix than on a comparable steel-bodied car. And owners have also reported persistent electrical faults common to Jaguars of this era, including window regulators and climate control systems that fail well before other components on the car show any wear at all. Tesla Model X Falcon Wing Doors. Tesla's first SUV was built specifically as a practical, everyday family vehicle, distinguished by upward-opening Falcon wing doors designed to make it easier to load passengers in tight parking spaces. Those doors became one of the most reported problem areas on any Tesla. Early owners documented doors that failed to close properly, hesitated mid-motion when a sensor misread nearby obstacles, or required expensive hinge and sensor replacements, turning the car's signature practical feature into its most common source of frustration, and one that Tesla itself has revised multiple times through both hardware changes and over-the-air software updates. Audi A8 D3. Audi built this A8 generation on an aluminum space-frame chassis, aiming to combine flagship luxury with genuine daily use efficiency, backed by an air suspension system meant to adjust automatically for comfort at any speed. That air suspension, along with the car's MMI electronics system, developed a reputation for expensive, hard-to-diagnose failures as the cars aged. Compressor failures, air leaks, and electrical faults that often required specialized Audi diagnostic tools most independent shops simply didn't have access to, leaving owners with few options besides an authorized dealership charging premium labor rates. Cadillac Escalade Q System. Cadillac's flagship SUV has long been a status symbol built for genuinely practical, everyday family use. And this generation introduced Q, an all-new touchscreen infotainment system meant to modernize the entire interior experience. Owners and reviewers alike reported the Q system freezing, lagging, or failing to respond to basic touch commands, sometimes requiring a full system reset just to adjust the climate control. What was meant to be the Escalade's most modern feature instead became one of its most consistently criticized, with some owners reporting the same glitches persisting across multiple software updates from the manufacturer. Not a single car on this list was built to be impractical. Every one of them was engineered specifically to be comfortable, useful, and easy to live with, from an SUV meant for the school run to a sedan meant for the daily commute, and every one of them found its own unique way to fail at exactly that. So here's the real question. When comfort and luxury cost this much to maintain, is it actually comfort you're paying for, or just the privilege of dealing with all of this?